One of the things we didn't hit on is, what if you don't know your ICP yet? You're just starting out and you're like, I've got 3 customers, and they're all swap deals that like from friends of mine from college, so like, and you're just like, who is my ICP? How do you start if that's the scenario you're in right now, which I know probably several of you are?
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say that's where you start to blend some of the qualitative data with quantitative data. So a lot of, let's just say industry interviews, and go out and try and, whether it's some sort of community group with people from your industry or an industry group, trying to get interviews. And there's easy ways that you can incentivize people to, give you 30 minutes of their time to pick their brain for, some little gift. You'd be very surprised how many of those people are willing to help you. And I think trying to use interviews as a way to at least get to a hypothesis. And then the big thing for us is, we're all about testing. So once you have that hypothesis in place and you get, enough data, then you can start to test it and refine it like we do.
Yeah. The other thing too is like oftentimes when you're first starting out, it's a sales driven company. Let's say like demand is driven through sales 100%. Oftentimes. Marketer's not hired yet, just starting out, hire a couple salespeople. Talk to those people. They've had conversations. They know which ones went well. They know which ones didn't go well. They'll have a good starting point for you. You know what I mean? On that ICP. If they've had more than 20 meetings, you know what I mean? They'll have a good, like a decent, at least starting point. So talk to them too. And also when you don't know the ICP yet through data, when you build that first targeted list, go back to sales and just run it by them. Hey, how does this feel? How does this, does this feel like the kinds of, if you had leads from this profile, would you be happy about that? And then, that's just when you don't have data. And then as you start to get data, then of course you're using the data to refine that because there's no, what does Lily say? There's no emotion in data. This is true. And so you let the data make the decisions after that.
So there was one thing that you mentioned and we probably spent all of 10 seconds talking about it, but I think it's so critical. It's showing sales who you're targeting and getting a head nod and thumbs up that yes, for now, this looks good. Only to then, agree that you're going to refine it as you get more data, but you need their sign off so that you're spending money on the right people to start.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just it's a good sales and marketing alignment exercise. You know what I mean? Because it's like, imagine if you didn't do it. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you're sending leads and they're complaining. You have no leg to stand on really. If you haven't really vetted it with sales and you just like, here's our target list, start sending over leads. They come back, they're like, these aren't good. You can't say, we talked about it. You're like, you're kind of caught. You're just like, oh shit, I actually didn't vet it with you. So don't make that mistake. I've done.
That's how you stay stuck on the, hey, sales isn't doing anything with the leads that I'm generating, that wheel. And it's very hard to get off unless you do it.